Today we're going to be talking about how do you pick good root vegetables, how do you wash them and dice them.
So we'll start with the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. So you're going to look for ones that are firm, no soft spots, no sprouts, no green patches.
And then for beets, you're going to look for ones that feel heavy. And overall, a lot of root vegetables may not look pretty initially because they grow underground. But with this, you're just going to want to look to see if it's wrinkled or has soft spots. Those things mean that it's old and you probably don't want them.
And then for carrots, turnips, and radishes, you're going to look for bright color, they need to be firm, and then no mushy ends is what you're looking for.
And now we're going to talk about how to store your root vegetables. For your potatoes, sweet potatoes, and onions, you'll want to store those in a cool, dark place and not in the fridge.
And your beets and carrots, they'll last the longest in the fridge, ideally in your produce drawer or in an airtight bag.
All right, for our potatoes, sweet potatoes, and onions, we'll want to store those in a cool, dry place, not in the fridge, otherwise they can get kind of gritty and weird. And if you want to store your root vegetables already cut, you can store them in the fridge in some water.
All right, we're going to talk about washing your vegetables. So these root vegetables, potatoes, turnips, all those are grown underground in the soil, so they can be pretty dirty. So you'll need to wash them yourself, and if you have a brush to wash them as well, that's the best, but if you don't, that's all right too.
For potatoes, you don't have to peel them unless you just prefer it that way or the skin's really tough. But if you want to, you can just peel some of the skin off. But we often prefer to just leave it on because leaving the skin on adds about twice the fiber, and it also saves a lot of time. All right, now we're going to talk about how to dice our root vegetables safely. So for potatoes, you can start by cutting them in half or just squaring off one side. And then you can flip it onto its side so it has a flat surface for cutting to make it easier and safer to do. And then from there, you're going to be cutting it into about 1/2-inch cubes, and you want them nice and even just to help for the cooking to go evenly.
Today we learned how to wash, store, and dice our root vegetables.
And with these basics, you can make a dozen or more recipes. We'll see you next time.